Here For You health coach, and I really like doing these videos to teach you all something and have fun, and hopefully you take some of these recipes and try them out. So I have a kind of a smattering of ingredients, and I thought I would make a salad with them, and we're grilling a pork tenderloin. So what I have is cabbage, and I've cut it in half. Hi people that are checking in. And I'm going to use just a quarter of the cabbage, and cucumber, and avocado, some cherry tomatoes, and almonds I thought would be good in it also. So because I'm doing a cabbage base, I usually don't do a creamy salad dressing, but I thought I would tonight. So what I'm going to do is I have some actually flavored infused olive oil. It's a blood orange, so it's got a little bit of a sweetness to it, which I thought would be good with the coleslaw, the cabbage. So I put a couple tablespoons in there, and then I have some avocado oil, and I'm going to put some of that in there. I didn't grab my spoon, so I'm going to put that's about 2 tablespoons of the avocado mayonnaise in there. And I'm going to use some mustard as well, and I have a stone ground mustard that's organic, and I'll put about a tablespoon of that. I always like to put mustard in my salad dressings because it really just flavors them up. So right now I just have some avocado mayonnaise, mustard, and olive oil. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon, and some pepper. And then I'm just going to grab my little whisker and whisk that up. And then that'll be the base for my dressing. And then I'm going to cut up the grapefruit, add the cabbage. I think I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil so you can see it. It's a little on the thick side, so I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil to it to thin it out a little. So there we go, you can see me mixing her up. And I thought tonight, because it's so hot in Tucson, that we would have a nice summer salad. So I'm going to slice up this shallot. I have a little shallot. That's going to go in there to give it a little spice and flavor. Not too heavy on the onion because I don't want it to overpower. But I do like the flavor of a shallot. It's kind of garlicky and spicy. If you have a red onion or a white onion, whatever onion you like, you can use whatever you like or not put it in at all. If you have onion powder, you can substitute with onion powder. So I have my cabbage, and I'm going to cut it up kind of in bite-sized, a little bit more than bite-sized pieces. So when it goes in here, break it apart. Then with the avocado, it's going to add that creaminess to it. So I'm going to slice. I like the cherry tomato slice in half. If you don't want them in half, you can just throw them in whole. But I like them in half, and they kind of will absorb that dressing. So I'll throw some of those in there. You guys get the picture. So that's what we have going on so far. And because of the type of salad and the lettuce that I'm using, the longer that it sits in the dressing, it's going to get better. So I don't mind. Normally I would make the salad dressing up ahead of time, pour it on last minute. For this, I like to actually have it sit in the dressing and get a little better as the longer that it sits. And cabbage is going to be stronger than lettuce, like any other lettuce. It's going to hold up with that dressing. It's not going to go soggy on me. So that's another reason that I'm going to make it up ahead of time and let it sit there. So I have a half of a cucumber, throwing that guy in there. And then I took out some sliced almonds that I had in the fridge. This is about a quarter of a cup. So I'm actually going to put about half. I don't want it to be too much. So we're going to go about half of that. Here's my other piece of cabbage. I'm going to throw him in there. So if you saw, I just cut it down the middle, cut it in pieces. And then as I put it in, kind of shred it with your hands. Okay, so pretty simple so far, right? Now I'm going to put in this avocado, and you just slice it right here like this in pieces, and then I'm going to go maybe in fourths. Get my spoon that I used, which is already with the dressing, which is fine, and scoop all that out. So there's my avocado. Now my last secret ingredient, and then I'll let you go, you guys can be done with me, is a grapefruit. And I went to go visit this woman in Tucson. She has a grove at her home, which is really cool. She has maybe 40 trees everywhere. And she gave me this grapefruit as I was leaving. And this is what sort of inspired me to make this summer salad. And I had the cucumber, and I had the avocado, and I had the tomatoes. So when you're thinking about what you're gonna make for dinner and what you have is beautiful. So add this to it. So you can see in the grapefruit all the segments. And I'm gonna do a little restaurant trick here where we used to go in between and cut them out, so it makes it a little less fibrous when you eat it. So I don't know if you can see. So in a salad, it's kind of nice to not have all the fiber of the pith of the white. So I'm just going in between each one. Now this is kind of maybe fancy. You don't have to do it this way. I find it to be, like I said, for a salad, I want that less texture, and I want it to be easy to eat. You'll also notice that I'm cutting this over the bowl. This has all this beautiful juice that I want in my salad. So I don't want to cut it on the cutting board and then lose the juice. So you can see how I just segmented through it. It doesn't need to be perfect. And I'm not throwing out a lot of the fruit. I'm trying to use the fruit, don't want to throw it away. You can see I did a pretty good job. Here's one I missed, of going through the pith. So it's just more fruit and less of the white. So there you go, guys. So now, give me a second. I'm going to rinse my hand off. I'm going to show you how we just mix it up. And I think this is looking pretty good. So it's got some nice color to it. It's got the creamy dressing. The almonds are going to give it crunch. It has the mustard in there for a little spice. The grapefruit's going to give it a nice summer flavor. And there we have our salad tonight. Avocado, grapefruit, cucumber, and cabbage with little cherry tomatoes. I hope you enjoy the recipes. If you're having any food struggles, if you're having autoimmune, if you're needing to get some advice on what to cook and what to eat, I'd love to help you. I'm Janet, here for your health coach, and you can find me, of course, on Facebook and Instagram, and message me, and I'd be happy to help you out. Have a great night, all. Bye-bye.